CBS 46 News presents Public Affairs on Peach.
Good Sunday morning. I'm Public Affairs on Peach host Adam Murphy, and today we're talking about a developmental disability that's affecting more and more people every day. And right now, there is no cure. Autism spectrum disorder is what we're talking about, and if you're a parent, today's topic is one you want to hear.
That little boy has to get up every day and learn to live and adapt in this world, and it's so incredibly hard for him with all his issues.
New numbers from the Centers for Disease Control now show 1 in 68 children have an autism spectrum disorder in the United States. That's about a 30% increase from 2 years ago.
We believe that part of the increase in prevalence is due to better detection of autism. However, we still feel that we're underestimating the prevalence of autism in the U.S. Earlier we can diagnose autism, the earlier we can get intervention to that child.
So right now, awareness of ASD is key, and that's what foundations like Autism Speaks is set out to do. Our first guests are joining us now. They're Caitlin Morris and JJ Hurley with Autism Speaks. Thank you, ladies.
Hi.
Morning.
Glad you're here on the program.
We're glad to be here.
Let's start with the very basic here. What is autism?
Autism spectrum disorder is a group of complex behavioral and biological differences. You're going to see these in 3 areas. Most impacted are repetitive behaviors, verbal and nonverbal communication, as well as social interactions. And because it is a spectrum disorder, you're going to see individuals who are much more mildly affected, as others can be much more severely affected.
And what causes it?
We currently do not know what causes autism. Our research is putting us in the areas that there are some genetic components that we are discovering more and more genes that are related to increasing your chances of having autism, but we cannot pinpoint one exact gene that has caused all of this autism spectrum disorder.
What does it mean to be on the spectrum?
For a parent of a child with autism, it means that your life will change. As a parent of a child with autism, I can certainly attest to that. We know now, our best research shows that early intervention is key. So that the earlier your child can be diagnosed and start receiving treatments, the better the outcome for the individual with autism.
Caitlin, let's talk a little bit about Autism Speaks and what the organization is all about.
Autism Speaks was founded in 2007 by Bob and Suzanne Wright in honor of their grandson Christian, who has autism. Autism Speaks has since become the world's leading autism science and advocacy organization, committing over $195 million to research and funding.
That is fantastic. And so how can people get involved?
Locally on the level, we have a number of great opportunities, whether you have 5 minutes or 50 hours to dedicate to the cause. We're willing and so appreciative to the people that will be able to donate their time, whether it's passing out flyers, tabling opportunities through businesses and in your local community, or volunteering at our larger events, Walk Now for Autism Speaks or the Autism Speaks Georgia 5K.
I understand you all have a documentary that shines light on ASD as well?
Sounding the Alarm screening just previewed in Atlanta a few weeks ago. We had a wonderful turnout and was an incredibly eye-opening experience to watch from somebody that is not directly affected. So it was a completely different experience for me than it was for JJ, who does have a son on the spectrum.
And so what is Sounding the Alarm, if you will?
It's a documentary follows 6 families of individuals, starting with the diagnostic process of a young child all the way up through adulthood, and inclusion in the employment world, as well as finding residential homes for certain individuals. It basically covers that lifetime spectrum, and it's very candid, it's very frank, and it's very honest about what life today is with an individual with autism in your family.
Now we have a clip actually of Sounding the Alarm, and I'd like to share that with our viewers. Go ahead and take a look here.
This thing is climbing and climbing, and you don't die from autism. You're going to have it the rest of your life.
We want our child to say, I love you. We don't want him to become a Rhodes Scholar at Harvard.
In a period of 3 or 4 months, he lost everything.
There is a huge autism tsunami that is going to hit the state budget if they don't take steps to ensure that the kids are getting treatment.
We might have to cut supports and services that we're providing to the folks who need us the most.
The fact that we have to move in this country to a different location just to receive the right to get covered by health insurance is wrong.
I feel like I'm failing as a mother because I can't help him.
If I didn't get hurt and I was still active duty, Shane would be covered just like any other active duty family.
Why isn't more money being put into research to find the causes of autism when it's more common than things like diabetes and AIDS and cancer?
By understanding what's causing autism, we're going to be understanding what causes many of the neurodevelopmental disorders that plague children in our country and across the world.
We all want to help our children. It doesn't matter what language we speak. Autism speaks no language.
Wow, that is very powerful too, and sad to see that insurance doesn't cover things and families are already struggling with the challenges they're faced with.
Absolutely.
With a child with autism. And I understand you can find this video on Netflix and iTunes as well, right?
Correct. And we go ahead.
Amazon.
Amazon as well.
Yes.
Okay, that's very powerful stuff if you want to share it too and get the message out, because that's a big part of what you're trying to do here is raise awareness, because the more awareness, right, that you raise, the greater the odds that somebody will get involved and continue to work towards research and finding a cure, right?
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, great. And talk about some of the upcoming events or upcoming event that you have with Autism Speaks in the very near future.
So we have two great events coming this fall that we're very excited to share about. The first one is our Six Flags Autism Awareness Day. It's going to be Sunday, September 21st. You can visit our website for more information and ticket details at www.autismspeaks.org/Georgia. And then our second event that we have, I'm personally very excited about, is the Autism Speaks Georgia 5K, which will be held at Piedmont Park on Saturday, November 15th. Again, details available on our website.
This is great. And I know that Peachtree TV, in conjunction with CBS 46, have been very involved in this, because this is a very important topic as well. And we've covered a lot of events. I know we've had folks on our staff get involved too. So it's a very worthy cause is what we're talking about here. And these are some great events coming up. Anything special that people should know about the events?
It's a great way to get the community involved in different aspects, whether you are a family and you have children, or you are a friend and a supporter. It allows you to be engaged at a level that you're comfortable with. Autism Speaks, our signature fundraising event, is Walk Now for Autism Speaks, which happens in the spring. So even though that event is still past, we are still currently fundraising to help us reach those fundraising goals so that we can continue to fund our mission and help science and research here locally.
Ladies, great information. Thank you very much. And when it comes to ASD, it's certainly important for parents to get involved. But what about the state of Georgia? We'll show you Ava's Law and what autism insurance reform could mean right here in the Peach State. Coming up on Public Affairs on Peach.